Hey, it's Mo back again, and I'm here to quickly explain how to set up your environment on Windows to allow for quick and easy access to the PSQL command on Windows. Because in our initial setup videos, we were referencing these bin files directly. Now, if we were to say want to use command line as our main source of interacting with Postgres, we don't really want to do that, right? So this video is here to show you quickly and easily how to set up Postgres in such a way that you can use the PSQL command and all of these commands easily from your command prompt, no huss, no fuss. So if you go down here to start and you look for environment variables, you can see that we'll have this little option here, edit system environment variables. And if we open that up, here at the bottom, what you'll find is we'll have a environment variables button. When we click that, what we'll see is that you have user variables, in this case for education, which is my user, and you'll have system variables. Now we want to zoom in on the system variables, and we specifically want to zoom in on the path variable, because what the path variable is it is the variable that is going to be loaded by command line and subsequently PowerShell and any other command prompt that you may install or want to use. But the path variable is basically a variable that in essence will point to all the binaries, all the executables, the software basically that allows you to run certain commands. And so if we open up the path variable, what we can see is that you have multiple different options in here. We have system32, which is pointing to all of the regular commands that we can run in Windows and all of these other ones. But the one we want to zoom in on, and the most important one, is that to the path variable, we add the Postgres bin folder. And the Postgres bin folder, bin stands for binary, and it adds all of these commands that we can see, pgdump, rewind, rewire, all of these different commands are going to be able to be used. And one of the most important ones that we want to use is this PSQL one. Now, when we install software, basically what we're doing is we're installing what quote unquote binaries, and these binaries are what allow us to run certain things. And in this case, this binary PSQL is the main command that we use to connect to the Postgres world from the command prompt. And when we add the bin folder, the entirety of the bin folder to our path, what we're saying is, hey, command prompt, go and actually use this folder and load in all of these binaries for me so that I can run these commands inside of the system so that I don't have to reference them directly from where they're at. You're going to know about them forever. And by adding this and pressing OK, what we can now do, and if you already had PowerShell or command line open, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to restart it. PowerShell is by far the best tool that you can use. I would steer away from command line. Command line is great for basic usage, but PowerShell just has more features and is better overall. So if we open PowerShell, what we can see is that if we run the PSQL command now, it's going to try to log into my default user, but that's not what I want to do. I want to do PSQL -u, and I want to log into the Postgres user. And now it's going to ask me for my password, which during setup, we set to Postgres. If I do coninfo, what I'll see is that I'm connected to the Postgres database. Now, let's go ahead and verify that we can run some of the commands. So let's create a table. Let's do create table, and let's say it's a test table. And let's quickly run that. Well, we can see that we've created a table. So if we run dt, what we can see is that we have a test table. So we have the ability now to run all of the commands and log in to Postgres. Now, I would recommend using PowerShell because it's a more fully fledged command line and it's easier to use. The old command line is kind of limited and a bit different. But yeah, with all of this, we've set up our environments in Windows to be able to access command line effectively.